the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
No sugar tonight in my coffee, no sugar in my tea. No more sugar for Ballou or it'll kick in my diabetes. I hate parodies. I shouldn't have done that to you. But anyway, when did I ever get the damn sweet tooth? I'm telling you, man, I went a decade without anything that was sweet. I don't think I had one dessert in my years at Florida State, in my years as a bartender. The older I get, though, I mean, I find myself pushing away the Irish whiskey. I find myself pushing away the beers if there's apple pie, ice cream, cookies, whatever it may be. And I'm not too happy about it. It's not good. It's not good to have too much sugar in you. So I'm going to, we talk about New Year resolutions and trying to make changes. For the last 6 years, I've been pretty consistent. I said I was going to put on 10 pounds a year, not lose it, but add it. I think I'm going to try to subtract this year, but I'm not talking about weight. I'm just talking about getting away from sugar. The hardest thing I ever had to give up was gambling. Kidding. That was the second. To me, it was chewing tobacco. Chewing tobacco was brutal, especially after work, driving home, especially after a good meal, right? Especially after really anything. I mean, a nice, big, fat pinch between the cheek and gum is so satisfying. How do you give up sweets? I mean, what can you do in order to get that completely out of your system? So we'll have a little bit of fun tonight. After all, the Jaguars, a laugher. At least it should have been. I guess it wasn't. It came down to 2 fourth quarter takeaways. It came down to a fourth down stop, which in my mind is another takeaway, and a 3 and out, okay, leading to a Cam Little field goal. Cam Little is a nuclear weapon. He is 18 for 18 since the bye. It's unbelievable he did not get an opportunity to represent in the Pro Bowl, and several others as well, as the Jaguars have now won 7 straight. They win at 23-17, a much better football team than the Colts. And again, I think the best way to look at this would be classic old-school Jaguars. They probably lose this game. They were such a better team. You realize they held Indianapolis to 204 yards combined? Okay? That's 50 yards a quarter. That is what they did. The problem, kick returns, right? They could not defend. They gave incredible field position to Indianapolis in 2 different situations. 39-yard line to begin a drive on Jacksonville's side of the field and the 44-yard line of the Jaguars' side of the field. That went to 10 points. But you know what was good about this game is they made their share of mistakes. They did some things that have been uncharacteristic of this team as of late, including turning the ball over twice in the red zone. Some costly penalties, albeit not as many as the norm. A team that has averaged more than 8 penalties a game. I think they ended up with 5 or 6. They add up 6 now for 55 yards. So a little bit under their average, which was good. But being down 10-0 is always an important measuring stick in my mind, especially the fact that you've been cruising. You had won your last 6 games by an average of 18.8 of victory. That was not the case yesterday. It was only a 6-point win. And again, you came from behind down 10-0. Made it a 10-7 football game at half. And anytime your defense can say to your offense, we got you, okay? We're going to give up just 7 points in the final 30 minutes of play. Go out and get some things going for you offensively. Again, you look at those 2 red zone turnovers. If they don't do that, they probably would have put away the Indianapolis Colts a lot earlier than they had to. But look at how that game ended up. The Jarian Jones pick, the field goal by Cam Little, not being able to get it done again on 3rd and short, then a penalty, and the play they ran with Parker Washington where he was caught behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of teams, as a matter of fact, I think most teams in the NFL in that situation would have punted, put it back on your defense to hold the Colts, not this team. They called the nuclear weapon, and they said, Cam Little, go ahead and make it a 6-point ball game. And that is exactly what they did in the Jaguars' 23-17 victory. All right, so it's good to have you with us. Crazy weekend for me. Got caught in the airport, never was able to make it to Indianapolis, which I'm disappointed about. But, hey, traveling over the holidays is never easy. And I went to 5 games this year, and my travels, for the most part, were outstanding. If you do not know this, Jacksonville's a small market team in a small market city, which includes a small market airport. It's very difficult to get direct flights from here to Indianapolis, and if so, it's quite expensive. So connecting flights can always be problematic. That was the deal for me. Got locked in. My Saturday was spent at the airport, and again, never actually made the game. But I did enjoy sitting back at home, just, comfortably watching it and taking everything in. And I think the Jaguars made some really good adjustments in this football game, both offensively and defensively. We're going to go through it throughout the next couple of hours during the program. The changes they made with their offense to do a better job trying to protect Trevor Lawrence. He was blitzed at an incredible rate. It was the most that he had been blitzed all season long yesterday. And Trevor had a lot of success against the blitz, even though the Colts certainly created a great deal of pressure. On the flip side, look at what Jacksonville did to turn things around, put an extra man in the box to play the big nickel, if you will, that Liam Coen discussed after the football game yesterday. This is a 3rd consecutive game where they have gone with safeties who have played more than 40 plays. And in this situation, it really helped out because Jonathan Taylor had it going early on. But you get back to the 4th quarter and really the second half, you held Jonathan Taylor to 19 yards on 9 carries. And it's another adjustment, this one made by Anthony Campanile, that really put Jacksonville in a position to win this game. So I've always looked at it this way. It's great to be, prepared. It's great to do everything throughout the work week with your offensive, your defensive scheme, knowing what your play calls are going to be, trying to figure out exactly what your opponent is going to do offensively, defensively, etc. But it's even more brilliant when it's in game. When you see that something is going one way and you have the ability to not only coach it up, but also get it to register for your team. It's one thing to say, we need to start doing this. It's another for the team to actually adapt to that, go through the changes, and produce. And that's exactly what this football team did yesterday, especially on defense. I've heard some people say that it wasn't complimentary football. Okay, it wasn't perfect, but it was nothing like what you saw a year ago. It was nothing like what you saw when they lost those 3 games in a row. There were still times where the offense did its part after the defense did its part. Or if not, special teams see both Cam Little 4th quarter field goals. So, overall, I think you got to be really happy about this. Trevor Lawrence, not playing at the MVP level that he had over the last month and change. He made a couple of mistakes. The one interception he threw, in the end zone is problematic. The other side of that is it's the first time he's thrown a pick in 5 weeks. It's still going to happen every once in a while for Trevor Lawrence. Hey, you know what's really bizarre with this football team? And bizarre can be good, I believe. But do you understand that right now, as we head to Week 18, Game 17, the leading ground gainer is, or let me say that again, the leading rusher for touchdowns on this football team is Trevor Lawrence with 9. The leading receiver for touchdowns on this team is Travis Etienne with 6. I would love to know the last time something like that actually took place. Now, I'm sure Josh Allen, even though Cook's been great, or, maybe Hurts, even though Barkley's been great, or whoever it may be, there's been quarterbacks who have led their team with rushing touchdowns. But who's the last to lead the team with receiving touchdowns? Is it McCaffrey? I don't know who that would be. Okay, but it's really intriguing that it's just another way that we look at this football team and say there's not a clear-cut number one. I mean, again, just look at what happened yesterday. Just look at targets. 10 for Parker Washington, who's now gone north of 100 yards in consecutive games. In that reception, that throw by Trevor on 3rd and 10, that went for 37 yards, where Washington reversed where he was going, picked it up, went back, and then went across the other side of the football field, was nothing short of amazing. But he had 10 targets yesterday. Myers had 9 targets yesterday. Thomas had 7. Strange had 5, and you had 3 for ETN coming out of the backfield, 1 apiece for Patrick Munt and DJ Dallas. So, you just don't know who it's going to be or where it's going to go on any particular weekend. And again, 8 of 10 for Washington, 6 of 9 for Myers, 4 of 7 for Thomas yesterday, the top 3 wide receivers for the Jaguars in their 23-17 victory. All right, we got a ton to do tonight. It's going to be a shorter week because we'll be off on Thursday. So let's really get into it tonight. I am not doing as much with guests this week for a number of reasons. Most notably, I feel like I have a lot to say. I also want to get you involved, as we always do, get your opinion in on everything that you witnessed yesterday. And, where are you at for the ball game on Sunday? I want to get into that here on the other side. I mean, it appears it's going to be Los Angeles, but now Jim Harbaugh is saying Justin Herbert is not going to be the quarterback. He is not going to play this weekend at Denver. Instead, it's going to be Trey Lance. You know the backup to Trey Lance is? Do you have any idea over there?
Not off the top of my head,
Dylan
no.
Denmark.
Not off the top of my head,
He's a guy we mentioned a whole heck of a lot a year ago.
Still blank.
DJ Uiagalelei.
Oh, DJU
is the backup to Trey Lance. Justin Herbert's going to sit out. So, Jacksonville right now with 3 seed. They would get the 6 seed in LAC. Interested in your opinion on that, too, because if Buffalo wins, and they're an enormous favorite over the Jets. I mean, actually, it's only 7.5, but I watched that Jets game on Sunday. I had it on the other screen, and they just absolutely were pummeled by the New England Patriots. 42-10. That does not look good. The feeling would be Buffalo moves up to 6. Question is, can Jacksonville move up to 2? Is there any way that Denver loses to Los Angeles? Probably not. Is there any way that the Bills, as we just said, lose to the New York Jets? Probably not. Let's come back and take a look at that. All right, opening comments are brought to you by Shmunez Vision. Again, they had an outstanding holiday, and they're hoping that you did as well. Make 2026 the year of your eyes. Why not? Get yourself an appointment today and an examination. And then while you're there, you can ask all sorts of questions, including, are you a candidate for laser eye surgery? Just think about 2020 for the rest of your days and how cool that would be. It's very affordable, especially if you do have insurance. And you're talking about more than 37 years worth of experience with Dr. Neil and Catherine Shmunez, Dr. John Hunt as well, okay? They're the folks who will take you through your examination, answer all your questions, and perform surgery. That's it. Those are the 3 at Shmunez Vision. Check them out online. Shmunez Vision. Also go to Instagram, grab testimonials as well. at Shmunez Vision. All right, going to be a great week, no doubt about it. The Jaguars have won 7 in a row. They're an 11 to an 11.5, maybe 12-point favorite this Sunday at 1 o'clock against the Tennessee Titans. Plenty of reaction and also an early look ahead, not only at the Jaguars games, but playoff-ready teams who's favored and the opportunity for Jacksonville to move up from the number 3 seed. All of that on the table during a Monday edition of Into the Night.
A strong fence makes a good fence. A strong defense makes a good team.
They're the best defense in the league for a reason.
Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game. Go, let's go! On 1010XL.
Make Honda of the Avenues your first stop for award-winning customer service and world-class Honda vehicles. Our inventory is larger than ever, which means we have the perfect Honda waiting for you. Plus, at Honda of the Avenues, we always put our customers first, making the car buying experience fun, fast, and easy. You'll always find great deals on our huge selection of new and certified pre-owned Hondas, all prepped and ready for a test drive. Come see just how different car buying can be at Honda of the Avenues today. Stop by or shop from home at HondaoftheAvenues.com. Proud sponsor of Sporting Jacks.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at SuperiorPlumbingJacks.com.
Balancing books and the grind of daily practice is what it takes to be a scholar athlete. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show, kept healthy by
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists
and the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234.
on 1010XL.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's 2 things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, Jacksonville has won 7 in a row. Houston's won 8. Think about that. Those 2 teams combined. Last time there was a loss was when Jacksonville was up 19 points in the 4th quarter. Pretty incredible. And, you know, you look around, and who do you want? You got Tennessee first, and albeit they're playing some better football as of late. Diana Rossini has told us that Anthony Campanile is a candidate for that Tennessee Titans job. I'm glad she said it and not someone else, because her track record tells us that there's now 0.0000000% that he will actually get that gig. But maybe she's right for the first time. We'll see. If you are successful, you're going to lose your coaches. You're going to lose Anthony Campanile. You're going to lose Grant Udinski. It's going to happen. That's why it is so, and it was so important to hire Liam Coen as your offensive play caller. And some stability with him and Trevor Lawrence is certainly going to come year after year, and it's going to evolve more year after year. All right, let's run through this playoff scenario here in just one moment. I will tell you that tonight's show is brought to you by the Miller Electric Company. I mean, just look around, people. No matter where you are, you see it. Building, 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 and building. People want to move here to Duval. If you are in a midlife crisis, as far as your occupation, all right, you feel undervalued as a current electrician. You think it's time for a career change. Maybe college isn't for you, or you just can't afford it. Doesn't matter. Let's go to Miller Careers, okay? They are hiring right now all certain types of positions. Obviously, they believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about one another. And I can attest to that. I know so many good folks over there at the Miller Electric Company. They've been around for more than 96 years, and they are recognized consistently for being one of the top companies in Jacksonville. So if this is for you, just go to MillerCareers.com. That is MillerCareers.com. Dylan Denmark, did you have yourself a nice Christmas?
I did. Spent a lot of time with family. 3 different families in a day and a half. So I think I got enough family time for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was good. Got to spend some time with them. And Jags win Sunday. And even though they were down 10-0, never felt like they were going to lose.
I agree, because they were moving the ball.
Yeah.
You know, but those red zone turnovers, they've had now 6 on the year. And that just can't happen. I mean, there still are quite a few things on this football team. When you look at it, you say, that cannot happen. And this had been a much improved football team as of late in the red zone. They have been a much improved football team as of late on third downs. And yesterday they were at 50%, which is good. I mean, for the year, they're only 38.9%. You compare that to the 50.7% that Liam Coen had a year ago in Tampa. I mean, that's certainly down. And red zone is 60% right now, 39 for 65. So, they're anywhere but perfect. But I honestly think one of these games was due. It's still a divisional road win. Jacksonville's won 4 straight on the road. Jacksonville 6-2. On the road. Realistically speaking, they should be 8-0. Now, you can do the should and you could do the would with all 32 teams in the NFL. You really can. But who cares about the other 31 teams? I'm talking about the Jaguars and the Jaguars only. A bad call on Travis Hunter in Cincinnati. And again, the 19-point fourth quarter blown lead in Houston. Imagine them being 8-0. On the road. Pretty incredible. No question about it. All right. If the playoffs were to end today, the Broncos would get the 1 seed. And it looks like Denver is in a position to hold on to that. If you haven't heard, the Chargers are visiting. Denver's an 11.5-point favorite, and it was announced today that Justin Herbert is not going to play in this game. It's going to be Trey Lance as your starter and DJ Uiagalelei is the backup. It feels like they've thrown in the towel, and they have said, we're going on the road anyway as a wild card team. Let's give Herbert a week to get healthy. The Patriots are the number 2 seed. And this weekend, New England takes on Miami. Now, if this game was down there, I think there would be a concern. Traditionally speaking, even though, even during the great Brady and Belichick years, they would stub their toe once in a while in Miami. But with this game being in Foxborough, I mean, the point spread is 11.5 points. It's looking, like all New England has to do is show up, play hard, especially the way they looked last week against the New York Jets, and they're going to get the number 2 seed. The number 3 seed right here in Jacksonville, that is the Jaguars. They're a huge 11.5 point favorite this weekend. Jacksonville over Tennessee. So it looks like the top 3 seeds are going to fall into that category. There's one playoff spot available in the AFC, and that is for the North, where Pittsburgh will take on Baltimore. Boy, I watched Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. That was pitiful. I mean, that was awful. We know we know Phillip Rivers is 44. Aaron Rodgers, I watched him play a lot of football this year, but he was just bad. I mean, really bad against Pittsburgh. And, we'll see what happens here. Baltimore is actually favored on the road, but as Tyler Huntley has been playing, we don't know if Lamar Jackson is going to be able to go out there and give it a go for the Ravens this weekend. Number 5, it's the Texans. Again, they're playing the best football of anyone in the NFL. They have won 8 in a row. They have the top-ranked overall defense, allowing just 16.6 points a football game. And for Houston, they host Indianapolis. They're a 10-point favorite. The Bills this weekend, again, play host to the Jets. The Bills are the 6th overall, or I guess it is L.A. at 6, Buffalo at 7, currently speaking. Both identical records, and we'll actually see what ends up happening when it's all said and done. But the path certainly looks a lot easier for Buffalo as they are at home and they're favored by 7.5. And we already talked about Los Angeles. They are going on the road to Denver, where that is going to be a very difficult putt. So Denver gets the bye. New England would play host to Buffalo. Jacksonville would play host to Los Angeles. Pittsburgh would play host to Houston. But that's going to change. Who would you rather? I mean, the perfect scenario is LA. To me, it's not even a moment's thought. I would much rather play Los Angeles than I would Buffalo or Houston. And I got to say this about Houston. Even though they blew that lead, I think it angers them. They still scored 29 points against the best defense in the NFL at Houston. So to me, it's not even a question. The team you want to avoid here are the Bills.
I do not want to play the Texans again. That's just me, a team that's familiar with you. I know you've already played them twice. I would take my chances with Buffalo just because they're such an up and down team, and on the road they're not as good. I know they played at home yesterday; they didn't play well other than that fourth quarter. I would love to play the Chargers 1. I'll take my chances with the Bills 2. Third would be the Texans for me.
All right, there you go. And I said way back that I was happy that they didn't vote to make the playoff changes of going by best overall record, instead of keeping the 8 divisional winners as, of course, the top team in each conference gets the bye, and then teams 2, 3, and 4 get to host during Wild Card Weekend. Well, that's rearing its ugly head now in the North, with Pittsburgh at 9-7 and Baltimore at 8-8. They're going to have to play themselves into it this weekend, and really the same thing needs to be said about the NFC South. Tampa can't win. What has happened to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They're 7-9. They'll get it going on against Carolina, who's 8-8. So, again, a couple of teams there trying to get in with possibly 8 playoff wins. In the case of the AFC, it could be as little as 9 playoff wins. All right, let's get you involved in the show. A couple of ways that you can join us on YouTube. Just go to 1010XL into the night. And also our text line, 641-1010. That is the text line. It's brought to you by Lifetime enclosures.
This Sunday, we blitz the bank. All week long, listen for the Blitz the Bank sounder and text the keyword BLITZ for your shot at tickets to see the Jags take down the Titans.
641-1010.
It's a Jags ticket blitz. Let's fill the seats and blitz the bank.
It's an all-out blitz
all week on 1010XL. Or buy tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000, and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember, only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Searcy here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Blitz.
How good is that? How good is that?
Bang.
How good is that?
Text BLITZ to 641-1010 now.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie. Now, I've been telling you about my daughter Amber, and she's been telling you how much weight she's dropped with Awaken 180. It's hard to believe. Even in football season, even when she hangs out with her friends, and even when she tailgates and does all that stuff, she's still losing weight. You can even drink alcohol. Can you believe that? Well, Awaken 180 shows you how to swap calories, not flavor. You have to be disciplined, but they make it easy. Amber and I talk about this all the time. She can't believe how easy it is, and she's so excited about it. But what I will tell you is it's really working. I see how excited she is. I see the look on her face. I see how her self-esteem has changed and her confidence. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened with my daughter, and it means that much to me. Now, Awaken 180 programs are reimbursable with your HSA or FSA, and those HSA dollars expire December 31st. Don't leave money on the table. Call Awaken 180 today and kickstart your transformation before the new year. Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800, or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars down 10-0. They come from behind. They do hold Indianapolis to only 7 points in the second half. Offense started a little bit slow. That was because of turnovers. 5th time this year they have not scored in the first quarter. However, they ramped it up and got it to 23. Most points in a year now. Franchise history for the Jaguars. 433. You go back to 2017, they scored 417. Of course, there's an additional game now, but they accomplished this in 16 games. And averaging, they're top 9 now in the 2 biggest categories. Scoring offense, scoring defense. 27.1 on offense, 9th in the NFL. 20.6 they allow, 9th in the NFL. So that is a remarkable turnaround from a season ago where I know they averaged 18.8 points, and I want to say they gave up like 27 and some change back during the 24 NFL season. There are things that need to be fixed, man. That kick coverage, boy, that was scary. That really was, and I don't know what they're going to do there. If they're going to be interesting when we hear, later in the week about possible changes that they may make with the kickoff. All right, it had been a problem early on, and then it appeared to get fixed, but it was not good. I mean, you can't give your opponent 1st and 10 from your own 39-yard line and 1st and 10 from your own 44-yard line, okay? No. Talk about complimentary football or the lack thereof. This is on special teams. No question about it. 0981 Blue, Greg Olson is great in the booth. I thought he was certainly better than what we had a week ago where they were all gushing over Denver, but enough is enough on Phillip Rivers, right? I will at least say that they talked positively about Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars and Liam Coen, but it's crystal clear, and I don't believe I have an agenda here. I try to be as open as I possibly can. They're pumping up Indianapolis. I don't know what it is, but they address the fact that no one likes Jacksonville and that every week Jacksonville and Liam Coen is going to that card because it works. It certainly is a factor within the locker room and out on the playing field. And whatever works, you got to go with it. But if you're looking for, a balanced, even broadcast, it just doesn't seem like you're going to get it. It may be this weekend against Tennessee because Tennessee's had an awful year, even though Tennessee has played some better football the last couple of weeks. 46-44 Blue, I don't think any of the elite quarterbacks are slinging it like our generational quarterback. Drake May struggled a couple of weeks ago, up 21-0, blew that lead. He was incredible against the high school defense on Sunday with the New York Jets. Who's playing the best quarterback right now in the AFC? Is there anyone that you can think of that is playing better than Trevor Lawrence?
It'd only be Drake May. Josh Allen's kind of been inconsistent. Bo Nix is a dink and dunk. I mean, that game Thursday night against the Chiefs, they went down the field the first drive on nothing but bubbles and hitches.
Mm-hmm. Josh Allen is still a massive threat.
Yeah. He's the only one, I think. It's not Aaron Rodgers, it's not C.J. Stroud.
Boy, Aaron Rodgers was just terrible. I mean, he was getting rushed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their offensive line is really beaten up in Pittsburgh, and they were just abusing him. But he doesn't have it anymore. Baltimore, right now, if the game was tonight, it would be Huntley. We'll see if it's going to be Lamar. C.J. Stroud, there's been a gradual improvement, but there's a team right there that, really benefits off of outstanding defense. I mean, 18 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Got a quarterback rating of 92.6. All right, playing some better football. But I'm not taking C.J. Stroud over Trevor Lawrence.
And Justin Herbert this year, the offensive line's been decimated by injuries, and he's been hurt himself. So it's not him this year.
No, it's not. And, for Trevor Lawrence, it's changed. It's not one of those Blake Bortles type of situations where you say, we're not asking you to win it. We just don't want you to lose it, right? And you can get it done with defense and weaponry around you. This is all turned ever since Trevor Lawrence was told by Liam Coen to, let it rip and go out there and make some plays. And I'm actually even a little surprised there hasn't been more missteps here by Trevor Lawrence, like the interception he threw yesterday. I mean, I just figured that was going to happen. And, lost in all of this is what Trevor's doing with his legs. He's a bona fide dual threat now. I mean, he scored both touchdowns yesterday. You go back and you look at what he did, especially on that first touchdown. There's no way that was by design. That's no way a situation where there was an audible and he called his own number. He read his progressions. The offensive line did a nice job. There was no one open, and he took it in himself for a touchdown. So, that was the big fear 2 years ago. Trevor was coughing up the football too much, trying to leave the pocket, trying to make a play, and going into last year, I have to believe that was the number one message that he was told. Don't make those type of mistakes. And because of that, I think he was hesitant. Because of that, he didn't take as many chances. And, of course, he was injured, missed a ton of time. But right now, he's a well-oiled machine. But he's got film to look at. They did make some mistakes. Parker Washington is absolutely out of control. They got to get him signed next. Buster Brown, Parker Washington. Those are two guys they have to re-sign. We can sit here all night and talk about Devin Lloyd and Travis Etienne and go back and forth and what should they do. Those are higher price guys. They have to get Buster signed. He should have had 2 picks yesterday. Instead, he ended up with 3 pass defense. But he had a, incredible day as far as his Pro Football Focus rating, 88.2 for Buster yesterday. I mean, the guy's been playing out of this world type of corner. Better than Tyson Campbell. Better than Travis Hunter. It may be unfair to say that about Hunter because he didn't really get, a ton of experience as a rookie, but playing better than Jordan Lewis. Playing better than Greg Newsome. Both Brown and Newsome played all 57 snaps yesterday. Jones played 29. As I said at the top, they went to that 3 heavy safety set for a 3rd game in a row. Eric Murray played 53 snaps, Dewey 44, and Antonio Johnson 39 snaps yesterday for the Jaguars. So they're making in-season changes, throughout the defense. Mason Smith, a healthy scratch. We didn't see him yesterday. Diami Brown, available, did not play. Didn't see one offensive snap, did not get out there at all on special teams. And, something else to consider, you went out there without 2/5 of your offensive line, right? Patrick McCarry was out as a right guard, and Robert Hainsey, with his groin injury, did not play. So you went with Jonah Monheim at center. You went back to Walker Little, who played the right guard position. So that has been a revolving door. I'm going to look at that by tomorrow's show to look at the offensive line and the starting 5 on a week-to-week basis. Seems like that thing has changed about every week since, I don't know, maybe week 3, week 4, whenever that first injury actually came in. I think the first one was to Ezra Cleveland at left guard, who's playing some really good football over there. So, all right, some more of what actually did take place yesterday. All right, let's keep you involved here with the let me say this out here. 0956. Phillip Rivers always seems like he's a expletive to me personally. 0956. I love it. I wish there was more like him. It's on his sleeve. He wants to win. He yells at refs. He tears apart the officials. He tears apart his, guys on defense. Look at the situation with him and Smoot that did take place yesterday. There's only certain guys who have that type of personality where it can register. Now, has it worked for Phillip Rivers? He never won a Super Bowl. I think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. Okay, I think he actually had a good chance to get voted in next month, in the month of January. Now he's got to wait another 5 years for coming back and playing these games. But Tom Brady did it. There's not a lot of guys who have been like that in the NFL. The in-your-face, regardless of what the situation is, and the team is able to, roll along with them. But maybe he is personally. I don't know. I mean, I know he's a very respected guy, very liked guy, family guy. What does he have, 10 kids? I mean, that's just absolutely crazy for Phillip Rivers. But not a lot of guys can act like that and get away with it. He's one of the few. See, to me, everything you said, I'd put Rodgers in that category. I really would. Aaron Rodgers, to me, is the way that you described Rivers. But Rodgers comes across as the smartest guy in the room. Rodgers comes across as a total prima donna where, I don't know if I have time to talk to you. I don't know if I have time to do this with you. It was actually Lord Favre who, 25 years ago, whatever it was, said that he wasn't going to, help out the rookie and Aaron Rodgers and all this. Go ahead and Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. I thought that was legendary and just awful by Lord Favre. But Lord Favre's a bad guy. We know that. We have plenty of ammunition to explain thoroughly why Lord Favre is a bad human being, okay? Aaron Rodgers isn't considered by most a bad human being. He just comes across to me as someone who believes he's better than everyone else. I don't get that with Rivers. You may. Not trying to change your mind, just giving you my opinion on it. All right, 641-1010 text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, also on YouTube. You can join us tonight. Go to 1010XL into the night.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Now that Christmas is over, it's time to treat your truck. Head to Leonard Truck Outfitters, where you can turn that Christmas cash or gift cards into the perfect truck upgrade. Whatever your truck needs, Leonard has it. If Santa didn't quite get it, go fix it at Leonard Truck Outfitters. Or maybe you did get exactly what you wanted, and now it's time to add even more. 2 locations, Landing and Beach Boulevard. Leonard Truck Outfitters, built for the way you work, play, and drive.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Want to be an MRN honorary pit reporter? Complete with tickets to the February 12th dual races at Daytona International Speedway. And shadow MRN reporters as they do interviews along pit road at the pre-race stage. Text RACE to the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010 for your chance to race to win at K1 Speed Racing Friday, January 9th. Best time wins. Thanks to K1 Speed and the Motor Racing Network.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served up by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
What Major League Baseball pitcher holds the record for most career no-hitters and over 5,000 strikeouts?
Just letting your homeowner's insurance renew each year may cost you money. Shop around and you may find a better plan. Let Southern Oak Insurance give you an option at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Nolan Ryan's 7 career no-hitters might be an unbreakable record, but his 5,714 strikeouts certainly is.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey guys, if you messed up by getting her a robot vacuum cleaner for Christmas, Beard's Diamonds can get you out of the doghouse. Now through New Year's weekend, you can still get that stunning piece of jewelry and save up to 44%. Everything's included: rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, all the gifts women love every day of the year. But hurry, this amazingly popular offer ends January 3rd at 5 p.m. and will not be extended. And if you're planning that New Year's weekend proposal, we've got you covered with a great selection of ready-to-wear diamond rings starting as low as $795. It's been a fantastic year at Beard's, and we're so grateful for your business and your trust. In a sea of mega corporate chain jewelers, we're honored to be the only one that's locally owned in the town center. We are proud to be a part of this amazing community, and you can count on us again in 2026 to deliver the highest quality jewelry at the guaranteed best value, with the service and attention you can only get from an independent jeweler that's been around nearly 45 years. Happy New Year from Beard's Diamonds.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air & Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, Liam Coen setting all sorts of records, including first to ever get to 12 wins. After a year in which you won 4 or less games. Talking about turning things around. My goodness. Let's credit John Shipley at SI Jags Wire for this on Twitter. Mike Mularkey, 2 career wins, 16 games. Urban Meyer, 2 career wins, 13 games. Liam Coen, 12 career wins, 16 games. Next up, Gus Bradley, 14 career wins, 62 games. Doug Peterson, 22 wins, 51 games. Doug Marrone, 23 wins, 66 games. Jack Del Rio, 68 wins, 139 games. Tom Coughlin, 68 wins, 120 games. Wow. That is absolutely staggering. That is absolutely incredible. Just how poor things have been around here. And what Liam Coen has done, he's got an opportunity to end up with what? The second best record ever. The Jaguars were 14-2 in 1999, right? If they win on Sunday, and they're a huge favorite. They're a 2-possession favorite. Actually, just under a 2-touchdown favorite. Probably going to be around 12 and a half come kick. And if they're able to do that, that'll put them at 13-4, second only to that 1999 football team. All right, let's get to Trevor yesterday. You know, we've talked about the way that this game went. It was far from perfect, some self-inflicted wounds, yet the ability to come from behind, down 10-0, make some big plays, particularly on defense, and with Cam Little and his foot late in the fourth quarter on Sunday. Here's what your quarterback had to say.
Yeah, it's not easy. You know, you have to earn every one of them. We earned it today. It wasn't the prettiest. You know, there's a lot of things on offense that we can clean up. 2 turnovers in the red zone. Obviously, just can't happen. Takes points off the board, gives them momentum. I think that's big reason we kept him in the game is because of our turnovers. I felt like offensively we moved the ball pretty well. Just need to be a little cleaner, stay on schedule a little bit better. and then be able to close the game out, ideally, on our terms as an offense there. But, I thought there were some positives, but the biggest positive is just finding a way to win. It's hard to win. That's a good team. I mean, you look at their season, obviously, the last few weeks haven't gone the way they want them to, but it's still a really good team that's hard to beat. So, hats off to them. They had a good plan for us today. They came after us a little bit, and we adjusted well and made plays when we needed to, and our defense really, stepped up and made some huge stops.
Been a little bit of criticism on Liam Coen in this game for not calling, the perfect game or the way that he's been a play caller as of late. The razzle-dazzle, on the hook and ladder received a lot of criticism. Bottom line, Etienne's he's got to get that ball. And Etienne hasn't fumbled since the opener in Miami back in 2024. Etienne goes over 1,000 yards again. He had his average up yesterday to 4.5 yards. As a team, they ran it for 121 yards, and that includes, losing 5 with Parker Washington. If not, they were 28 for 126. Instead of a 4.2 average, that would have been up even a little bit more. But Etienne has to make that play. And if that play works, everyone's bragging about it today. Who knows how much longer that play would have actually, garnered as far as yards. The big problem I have was that 4th and short call. That was really bizarre. That was not time for a quarterback sneak. And, again, I missed my flight. I wasn't able to go to Indianapolis. I listened to Trevor, but I did not get an answer, and maybe we will on Wednesday get one as to whether or not that was actually the play call or if he changed that at the line of scrimmage, because that was not the right call. There's really no other way to say it. All right, but mistakes do happen, and nonetheless, they were able to get out of there with the W. All right. We're with you tonight for another hour. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, New Year's Eve. Wednesday's crazy. You got the U in Ohio State in Jerry's World on Wednesday. That'll kick off around 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. And then on Thursday, on New Year's Day at noon, you have Oregon, Texas Tech, and Miami. Then it's Bama, Indiana at the Rose Bowl. And then it's Mississippi, Georgia, a rematch, this time in the Superdome. So what a week we are headed towards, but we certainly have much more to do with the Jaguars. So let's open it up. 641-1010, your questions on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, including who do you want to play? I don't think it's too early to ask that question. Right now it's L.A., but it looks like that's not going to happen. How do you feel against Buffalo? You can also get on in on YouTube. Just go to YouTube 1010XL into the night.
Sometimes it's an offensive show.
You gotta be kidding me.
Sometimes it's a show of offensive discipline.
There are no words.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Yo, Jacksonville, Hickens Hype. Checkmate Coatings crushes it with floors I'd put in my own pad.
I'm Brendan with Checkmate Coatings. We coat it all: garages, pool decks, driveways, and patios. Be the envy of your neighbors.
Rush to checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 29, 1982, Alabama head football coach Paul Bear Bryant ended his coaching career with a win in the Liberty Bowl.
Ah, family's here. Ready for a perfect holiday?
Honey, the toilet's overflowing.
What? Now? With everyone here?
The sink's backed up too. Cool, it's like a water park in here.
Great. Best holiday ever.
Don't panic. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. They'll fix it before we're swimming in mashed potatoes.
Got a holiday plumbing disaster? Call Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing pros. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
I know it's football season, but I know you love basketball too. And youth sports are always in season at the First Coast YMCA. Registration is now open for winter basketball at the Y. Today, more than ever, our kids need to experience the joy of being a kid while also learning the importance of teamwork, respect, and healthy living. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, fun environment with an exciting youth basketball league. Learn more at fcymca.org.
Really want to light up the night this New Year's Eve? Superior Fireworks on Blanding Boulevard has something for everyone on any budget. Their holiday sale is happening right now. Shop early and save big on their massive selection of quality fireworks. Don't get stuck with the same old this year. Let Superior Fireworks help you customize an amazing celebration with fountains, shells, repeaters, and grand finale racks. Visit the store in Orange Park or online at superiorfireworks.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, let's talk about diamond cutting. How is a diamond price affected by the way it is cut?
Frank, that's probably the most important question asked about diamonds, because the trade-off between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one that's not is the diamond's carat weight. You see, diamond cutters buy rough diamonds based on quality and weight. So as they cut the rough diamond, everything cut away affects profits. However, there's specific known cutting parameters, and each deviation from these means they have a heavier, less beautiful diamond. Unfortunately, a customer can't detect all those cutting imperfections. They need expert help about a diamond's cut grade. You see, for any round diamond of a particular color, clarity, and carat weight, there are as many as 10 different prices that can vary by as much as 50%. At Underwoods, we look specifically at how a diamond's cut before we look at anything else, because it's the most important factor when it comes to a diamond's beauty, and to us, whether it should carry the Underwood name or not.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
A little bit of college football news while we were gone. Kyle Whittingham takes over at Michigan. He's 66 years of age. Spent 32 years at Utah, 21 as a head coach, 177 and 88. I have always said Utah was the one team in the old Pac-12 that had a Big Ten type of feel to them. A very physical team, especially in the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage. Lincoln Riley comes out today and blames Marcus Freeman for the reason as to why USC and Notre Dame will be no longer. And that's good, but not good enough. Marcus Freeman also going to stay at Notre Dame. You watch any of these bowl games over the weekend? Anything at all?
A little bit.
I tell you, the game I watched most was Minnesota, New Mexico, and Florida International, UTSA. That was basically it.
Saw a little bit of UTSA, saw the end of Clemson, Penn State, watched the Gator Bowl a little bit. That was really about it. It was really Saturday was the day I sat down and watched the bowls.
Wow, Penn State, Clemson. If that had been a regular season game, that would have been worth so much. Instead, it was the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. 22-10, didn't watch one snap. Pitt, East Carolina, didn't watch it. North Texas, San Diego State, didn't watch it. LSU, Houston, didn't watch it. Game here, I watched a little bit of because I missed my flight. Vatech, Mizzou. College football is really it's reared its ugly head. It has outside of the playoff. Okay, now again, I just talked about it 10 minutes ago. Beginning Wednesday night and then Thursday, those are going to be 4 outstanding games. So you go to one of those. Where would you go? Jerry's World, Miami, Rose Bowl, Superdome. I'll give it to you. Miami, Ohio State in Jerry's World. Oregon, Texas Tech in Miami. Bama, Indiana at the Rose Bowl. Or Mississippi, Georgia in the Superdome.
I would, for the best game, I would say, I think Texas Tech, Oregon would be the best game.
I agree with you.
But I would rather go to the Rose Bowl for Alabama and Indiana.
Yeah, it's just such an old, awful place. It's historic, and it's great. The last time I was there was when Florida State beat Auburn. I told you, if you've got to leave and go to the restroom, you have no idea what's going on. They don't have the foresight to plug in the radio or a TV or anything. Yes, it's just I stopped drinking because I didn't want to have to go to the bathroom. I missed a half a quarter. You hear the crowd going nuts. You don't know if it's Auburn or if it was Florida State. The Superdome, I don't think it'll be much of a game now because I think Mississippi will just not be ready after the coaching change. Oregon, Texas Tech probably is the best game, but that's the two teams that folks around here know the least about. And Ohio State, I think, is just too overmatched for Miami. So that is the way I look at it. 53-51, Blue. FSU is going to go 1-11 next year. No joke. No exaggeration. My legitimate prediction from a Florida State alum. I'm doing everything that I can, 53-51, to not even think about Florida State. I cannot believe that they are in this position. And they've lost 27 transfers now, including some guys that they really could not afford to lose. You have a lame duck coach who is single-handedly, now I shouldn't say single-handedly, but is totally destroying this program. It's all of Florida State's leaders. It's the board of trustees. It's the president. It's the athletic director. It's everyone else involved. And if you think things are bad now, I don't think you've seen anything. What, 7 in what? 10, 7 and 17 is what they have been the last 2 years. 7 and 17. It's going to get worse. 69-55, Ballou. Trevor Lawrence should be in consideration for MVP. Yeah, he needed a big game yesterday. It wasn't a good one for him. I mean, the last 5 weeks, he had been absolutely outstanding. I just don't think Jacksonville is going to get recognized for anything along these lines. The one that would be closest would be Liam Coen because of what Jacksonville has done and what he has done. But I tell you what does hurt Liam Coen is what Mike Vrabel has done in Boston. Now, granted, they blew a 21-0 lead recently to the Buffalo Bills. And, you go to last night's game, the 49ers pull it out against Chicago. Boy, I feel like if the Bears had won that game on the road, then Ben Johnson really would have put himself in a position. But I think those are the three coaches that it's coming down to. The best part about this, though, and I know it's easy to say because they're winning, but this is all about team. It really is. I mean, every week it's someone new. I mean, look at what Buster Brown has done as of late. Look at what Parker Washington has done as of late. Again, you plug in two guys yesterday on the offensive line. Walker Little could not win that right tackle job forever. Now he's playing right guard, okay? They're smart enough to understand that Cole Van Lanen is a better left tackle right now than Walker Little. Leave Van Lanen in there, okay? Little did allow 4 pressures yesterday. Van Lanen only allowed 2. Jonah Moheim comes in, plays center in place of Robert Hainsey, only allows 2 pressures. Anton, too, he was ill. There's a guy who played at not 100%. And Ezra Cleveland allowed a couple. So they just keep plugging guys in. Jarian Jones, he was left for nothing. Jarian Jones was like Diami Brown right now. Again, 6 snaps in 5 games. That was it. And then you had the injury to Jones. He came in, and look at how he's reinvigorated his career. Look at that pick he had yesterday to set up that, the game-tying field goal and then the eventual, the go-ahead field goal, and then they would kick 2 in that fourth quarter. 57-39, I want Houston. We kill them in the playoffs, home or away. Well, you're not going to get them away unless something crazy happens, and that would be Tennessee winning here on Sunday. I just can't see that, okay, especially at home. But you can make the case. Jacksonville's a better road football team than they are a home football team. The numbers support it, and even the losses are really criminal, especially that loss at Cincinnati. That was on the officials. I guess the other side of looking at it is, come on, you still allowed Jake Browning to drive, what was it, a 10, 11, 12 play, 93-yard drive for the game winner. And Jacksonville came back if it wasn't the Chuma Edoga penalty. You just sent me this now, Dylan. Florida State up to 30 players entering the transfer portal. 16 on offense, 13 on defense, 1 on special teams. 30 players. And I don't even know what to say.
Third of the roster, and that's pretty much normal across college football.
No. Now, it's it's hard to it's still the same for rooting for the team that you love. But man, it's hard to have heroes. It's hard to grow up and have idols. To look at a kid and say, you're going to have them for 3, 4, 5 years. You just don't know. You spend your time now wondering, are you going to be able to keep them? And this thing is only going to get worse. 46-44, Blue. I miss Jim McMahon for his attitude. Absolutely. But McMahon, he was just odd. And, showing up to his press conference out of BYU with a beer when he was being introduced by these Chicago Bears. And, he went after Ditka. He went after everyone. He went after the media. He went after the opponents. And he's an icon. Still loved. Yeah, the 7 years I spent there in Chicago. 0956. If you had the same, okay, going back to the Aaron Rodgers comment. 31-39, Blue on the deep ball to Brian Thomas Jr. Did you think he let up a bit instead of attacking to at least go grab it? I know it was slightly overthrown, but I saw zero emotion. You know what? I thought there were a few balls that should have been caught yesterday. Munt had one. I thought Brian Thomas Jr. had one. I'm not going to take the easy way out, but let me say Tuesday is always the day I relook at the Jaguars game. Let me key in on that tomorrow. So unfortunately, I don't have the answer for you that perhaps I should have. But his effort, in my opinion, has only been questioned on some crossing patterns. A couple in the end zone, over the middle. I thought, and still do think, that since Jacoby Myers has been here, we've seen an increased level of his attitude, particularly when it comes to blocking, and we've seen more of that. Is he rattled? Well, he got 7 attempts yesterday, 4 of 7 for 39 yards. I mean, 9.8 per. That's it. And, Parker Washington had 10 targets. Jacoby Myers, 9. Thomas, 7. I think we're still waiting on, something huge with Thomas. I mean, what's the most yardage he's had in the game this year? Is he even... I think he had one that he was maybe in the 80s.
Yeah, he had one. I think it was like 86.
So, maybe the way to look at it is his best football is still to come, and that there's going to be a game at some point this year where this is actually going to happen. Let me see. Let me dig this up.
So he had 80 yards against the Chiefs. He had 90 yards against the Seahawks. And he had 87 when they played Indy here.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I see it now. 90, 80, and 87. Boy, opening day at 11. 11, 49, 55, 49. Then he went 80, 90, 31. Then he missed some games. right? He was out. He missed about 3 games. Came back 55, 28, 87, 66, 18, and 39. 658 yards, an average of 14.6. So I want to say his overall average is actually better than it was a year ago, but he caught it, actually it's the same. It's 14-7 last year, 14-6 this year. But last year he caught 87 balls for 130, out of 133 targets, 1,282 yards, 10 touchdowns. Wow. He does have a rushing touchdown this year, but only 2 receiving TDs. Still an opportunity, though. I mean, Jacksonville doesn't have to apologize for this. Brenton Strange is playing good football. They're getting more involved now in the screen game, albeit only 2 receptions yesterday for ETN. But, they're improving as far as that is concerned. 56-02. Blue, I don't like the way the seating is shaping up. Yes, I want a home game, but you can't tell me home against Buffalo is easier than going to Pittsburgh or Baltimore and being a number 3 seed. I don't see us getting a second home game either. Houston would go to Denver. Then one of the North, we go to New England. Okay, you know what? It's a fair point. It absolutely is, especially after this will be the 3rd time tonight I've already said it. Jacksonville's a better team on the road than they are at home. But if you analyze that comment and you look at the fact that they've won 4 straight on the road and they're 6-2 overall on the road, and I throw in a bad call on Travis Hunter in Cincinnati and a blown 19-point lead at Houston, that's the NFL. Who's to say there won't be a blown call in Pittsburgh? Who's to say that there will not be a come-from-behind victory by the Ravens with Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers? I mean, that's the way the league is. So, I appreciate this question. I think it makes a lot of sense. But if you were to sit down Liam Coen, Trevor Lawrence, James Gladstone, Tony Baselli, Shad Khan, or any other coach or player on the staff and said, would you rather have a home game here in 13 days or go on the road with 100% certainty? It'd be a home game. That's what you play for. And I'm hoping that the crowd this weekend is kind of a pre-playoff type of atmosphere. That, yeah, it's the Titans. You're a double-digit favorite. It's a 1 o'clock game. It's problematic to get to the stadium, to get there and back. I mean, it's a mess, okay? And that's the way it's going to be until this stadium is completely rebuilt. But, yeah, I would love it if you heard those out there say Jacksonville's a tough place to play. And a really good opportunity to get that thing put in motion is for it to happen this weekend, and then you host next weekend, whether it's LAC, Buffalo, Houston, whoever, that it becomes a factor in this game. It should. You got a good fan base. You do. You got a real solid nucleus, and winning makes what? Makes others interested, others who do want to attend. So, the last home playoff game where I was a sideline reporter was that laugher against Buffalo. Was it a 10-3 final? It was incredible. I know they won a couple of years ago, that come from behind win against LAC. That was pretty insane, too. And a lot of people left that game. They won't admit it. They
28-0.
Yeah, it's like the 31 to, was it 31-3? 1994 when the Gators were up over the Knolls and the comeback.
Doak.
Yeah. 31-3 into the fourth quarter. Florida State scored 4 unanswered touchdowns. And I remember that day. There's a lot of Florida State fans now, just like there's a lot of Jaguar fans now. So, oh, no, I was in the stadium. I didn't leave. Uh-huh. Okay. I got you. But you got an opportunity to fill it up this week. As a matter of fact, we'll be giving away a bunch of tickets here. Just keep it on 92.5 FM and 1010 throughout the course of every show. you're going to get all the details on how you can pick up a couple of tickets for the game on Sunday.
A high-performance machine raises eyebrows and holds your attention.
And play big-time football on a big-time stage.
And so it is with the Performance Painting High-Performance Play of the Game.
Somebody got to make a play.
On 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
After attending a Saturday Bumps and Bruises clinic by Southeast orthopedic specialists, my son's hip and shoulder issues were diagnosed quickly, and he's back playing. As a busy family, we really appreciate their prompt attention.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Go inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010XL.com.
So you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
Gated communities, homeowners associations, secure corporate centers. When you need a full-line fence company capable of any size job, you need to think about Duval Fence. They've got the latest and greatest in gate operators and access control systems. Security is huge these days, and you want a gate that operates smoothly, around the clock, every time you hit the button. Count on a company that's been serving Duval and the First Coast for decades. That's Duval Fence. For the latest in gate operators, commercial or residential, check out Duval Fence.
It's the Jaguars' final home game of the 2025 regular season, and you don't want to miss it. Join us for our fan appreciation game as the Jaguars face off against the Tennessee Titans in a can't-miss division matchup. It's your chance to cheer on the team as they take the field in their Prowler throwbacks for one last time this season. Secure your seats now and be a part of the action. Go to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
This bowl season, upgrade your game plan with a visit to Burlock & Barrel, Duval's first distillery dedicated solely to whiskey, right in the Brooklyn Riverside neighborhood. Stop in to see how we turn local grains into small batch whiskey, earning awards at every competition. Book a tour, settle in for a tasting, or escape the scoreboard for a bit at our full whiskey bar. Whether your team's winning or character building, at least your whiskey can be solid. At Burlock & Barrel in Riverside or burlockandbarrel.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Once in a while around here, we'll crunch numbers, and we were doing it on Trevor Lawrence. We're doing it all year. The last time that there was a quarterback who had a completion percentage under 60 to make it to the playoffs was the combination of Achilles Smith and Taylor Heineke in D.C. Trevor's got it over 60% now, 2 weeks in a row. So officially for the year, he's got it at 60.2%, 319 for 530, 3,752 yards, 26 touches, 12 picks. Also, as his quarterback rating, it fell a little bit after a performance where, what was it yesterday? 72.4, maybe 72.7. So for the year, he's got it at 88.7. He's hoping to get to 90 for the year. That he's going to have to need a really good game in order for that to happen. And the 60% you would think would come into fruition as well. So if he can keep those two numbers around there, throw for maybe a touch or two, get him up to 27, 28 touchdowns for the year, 250 yards away from 4,000, his average 7.1. It's a remarkable turnaround. I threw out before the year began, play the over 21.5 touchdowns. I remember 10 games in, Dylan, he had thrown for 11 touchdowns in his first 10 games. I mean, just think about what he has done in the last month and some change. And he didn't even throw for one yesterday. He scored both with his legs.
Yeah, the game that he had with 5 touchdowns against the Jets, that kind of that helps a lot in the previous.
And then Drake May did that yesterday, 5 against the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it was right before that Raiders game. Look at the schedule. Where was it at? So they played. It was right at the Houston and the LA Chargers game. I think he was right at like 11 or 12, and you're like, hey, that 21.5 does not look good right now, because it felt like at that time like that's what he's going to do week after week. And, they kind of rely on the run game, and then, boom, Jacoby Myers gets traded, and really it's kind of changed this offense.
Yeah. We got 7,000 people on the text line telling us they didn't leave, and I believe every one of you. I do. The 0394, however, is the exception. He says, Rick, day one season ticket holder, I left that game, and we won because I left. Go Jags. There you go. Love the fact that you can admit to that. 7094 Blue. Buster Brown is a top corner in the league as well. He has played incredible. I mean, he got beat on one play, and it was an underthrow by Rivers, and he came back and made a pass breakup. But outside of that, his coverage has been absolutely spectacular. The Munn drop was a complete dime by Trevor. It was. And that's a ball, frankly, that Munt has to grab. I was looking at their snaps today. I think Munt had 17, and who else was it? They completed a pass, and they called it back because of a penalty. How come I can't think of the other Morris, the other tight end? For the Jaguars, Quentin Morris. So, yeah, no wonder he's not on the stat sheet, because there was a penalty, I believe, that did take place during that situation. But, there's something that they're going to have to address at the end of the year. They're going to have to go out and find themselves another tight end. Brenton Strange is a beast. He's going to be in year 3 of his contract. And for Brenton Strange, he's going to be in year 4 of his contract. But, Hunter Long, Johnny Munt, Quentin Morris, things I just think they could go for another tight end. There's a name we don't hear mentioned enough about when it comes to Brenton Strange. All right? Keep talking about re-signing Buster Brown and Parker Washington, who's got another year. Well, Brenton Strange is another guy that you want to keep and make, a long-term agreement with. And, Jacksonville now is getting into a situation that great teams get themselves into. And I understand that these are Trent Baalke picks, and Trent Baalke deserves credit for these picks. I don't know if his staff, I don't know if Doug Peterson and company developed these players. I think this brand new staff deserves credit for that, certainly with Parker Washington. Okay, and the Anthony Campanile situation with Buster Brown. Buster Brown did some pretty nice things last year in a laughable season, and one that got away, but he's playing like a star right now. And great teams struggle to re-sign their own players because they can't afford to. I mean, just go back and look at Belichick before his last 3 years. Look at the draft picks that Belichick and New England had, and look at how many of those players he was forced to trade. First rounders. Pittsburgh as well. And you can go back to the years when Leon Searcy was there. You can go from the mid-'90s on, under the Cowher regime, before Tomlin. Seattle, teams who are successfully in it year after year after year. It's tough to be able to re-sign all your players. This is brand spanking new for Jaguars fans. I mean, when's the last time you've really been like, oh boy, I hope we can afford to re-sign this player? Except of the, outside of maybe the Ramsey, Unique, Miles Jack, Calais Campbell debacle. All right, that was just bad. Outside of that, when is the last time? I'd love to hear from you on it. I don't think you can think of one. I know I can't. I didn't leave. 25-31. I can't wait for Wingard to go. He is what he is. He's good against the run. He's actually had a decent year. I don't think there's any question that he is gone. He's playing out the remainder of his career here in Jacksonville. I hope he gets an opportunity to play somewhere else. But there's no doubt that, Eric Murray's got you one more year, I would assume. I got to look at his dead cap money. Antonio Johnson's getting better. And then with Caleb Ransaw, who they never got an opportunity to use, and they like Ray Lane, right? There's another guy that could be involved next year. And again, that's something that they may go out and certainly address during the NFL draft. Let's see this. Jags can take on anyone, Rick. And they are the most complete team in the AFC. They've already exposed Denver. I think the Pats are overrated. They have the 7th easiest schedule in NFL history. The Bills and Chargers can take can't take this belt too. Texans are a bit scary on defense, but that would be a crazy revenge game. Stroud isn't that great. He goes on. Yep. Your point is a very accurate one. There is not a clear-cut dominant team in the AFC. There's just not. I mean, Buffalo goes for 2 yesterday. We all watched it. Terrible playing conditions. Still, that was an offense that ended up being held to, 12 points in a game, which they really needed if they wanted to, stay on the heels of the New England Patriots. Patriots are a very talented team. Against that same Bills club, they blew a 21-point home lead a few weeks ago. And they're getting some big-time play out of reclamation projects. Chad Muma making some plays for them. We've talked about Caleb on Chase on. They got other guys on that defense. Joshua Farmer got hurt, but he's been doing some nice things. It's a very late signing. Corey Durden. You may remember him as a Florida State guy who went to NC State. He's been, fierce on that defensive line. And they spent so much money on defense. Gonzalez is one of the great corners in the NFL. But offensively, it's Stephon Diggs, who's really improved this year. And Hunter Henry. You're talking about guys that are getting up there in age. These aren't young guys that you're talking about around here. Around here, it's about re-signing guys for a second contract, like Parker Washington and Brenton Strange. That's not the case in New England. They've overpaid for veterans. And they do have 2 good backs, though. That kid Henderson's scary. And I mean that in a bad way. He is a good back for the New England Patriots. I think New England is the team to beat right now in the AFC. But there's no question that Jacksonville can go in there and win. There's no question about it that they can go in there and win. We'll see. That's why they play the games. All right, much more to do with you tonight till 8 o'clock. It's great to have you with us. Again, you can join us on YouTube, 1010XL into the night, as well as on our text line. Just go to 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
This Sunday, we blitz the bank. All week long, listen for the Blitz the Bank sounder and text the keyword BLITZ for your shot at tickets to see the Jags take down the Titans.
641-1010.
It's a Jags ticket blitz. Let's fill the seats and blitz the bank.
It's an all-out blitz
all week on 1010XL. Or buy tickets now at jaguars.com/tickets.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Small business owners, you may qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price, plus tax tag Title 999 admin fee and resist all unapproved credit.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
The holidays are just around the corner, and so is your entire family.
Babe, the toilet's growling at me again.
Uh-oh, the kitchen sink just turned into Old Faithful.
There's no hot water!
Don't let plumbing chaos steal your holiday cheer. Call Duck Duck Rooter today to fix those issues before Aunt Linda blames you for ruining Christmas dinner. Duck Duck Rooter, your local plumbing pros. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Frank Frangie for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember when the Jaguars upset the Denver Broncos in the 1996 divisional round as a 14-point underdog and launched them into the AFC Championship? Well, you know who won't upset you? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project, Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COILE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The best wings in town are coming to River City Marketplace. Leon Cersei here. Wingstop is opening another North Jacksonville location soon at the end of December. You always get fresh, made-to-order wings in 11 flavors, including original, hot, garlic parm, and of course, lemon pepper. Wingstop now has 18 locations in Jacksonville, always open until 1 a.m. So skip the wait and order your wings online at wingstop.com and swing by to pick up at the brand new Wingstop location in River City Marketplace.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on or that medication they're on or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 weight loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Jaguars come from 10-0 down to win their 7th straight. They're 6-2 on the road. The defense rock solid in the second half. They only allowed 7 points. You look at the fourth quarter, they forced 2 takeaways, a 3-and-out, and in my mind, going for it on 4th down and not completing a first down is a takeaway. 1 apiece for both Jacksonville and Indianapolis yesterday. So a really good fourth quarter. As far as injuries, don't really have anything to update you on. That'll include tomorrow with an off day. We'll know much more on Wednesday on New Year's Eve, and that'll also include guys who have been out, including Robert Hainsey with his groin. Patrick McCarry missed yet another game at right guard, and you know they're blitzing. What's the promo called? The Blitz of the Bank.
Blitz the Bank.
Blitz the Bank Sunday at 1. Wow, brilliant. And it's going to be a lot of fun out there. Jacksonville's a big-time favorite, somewhere in the neighborhood of 11 to 12 points against Tennessee. That'll be Sunday at 1 o'clock. And, of course, it's simple. They win the AFC South. They host the playoff game right now. That would be against L.A. a week from Sunday. However, Los Angeles and the Chargers are visiting Denver this weekend. The Broncos are an 11.5-point favorite. And today, Jim Harbaugh said they're going to rest quarterback Justin Herbert. It's going to be Trey Lance under center. And if anything happens to Trey Lance, it'll be Florida State legend DJ Uiagalelei who will get the ball.
How good is that?
DJ Uiagalelei. Oh, my gosh. It wasn't even all his fault. It wasn't close to being all his fault. The program was shattered. Oh, man. It's just, I don't know where, I'm going to let it go. I mean, I'm too happy about what's going on here with the Jags to put any more emphasis on that. Let's see here. 3,800 Blue. I'm sitting here cracking up, saying to myself, when's the last time that you had the thought to yourself, man, I hope he can re-sign this player? I am dead at 32 with that, my friend. I've never thought that, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's true. You know, I mean, Trevor Lawrence and Josh Hines-Allen, you know, you had to, right? Did you want to re-sign Tyson Campbell? Did you want to re-sign Miles Jack? Did you want to re-sign Telvin Smith? Maybe. You re-signed Cam Robinson, albeit one-year deals. You re-signed Walker Little. There's the other part of the conversation. Who around here has been re-signed as a drafted player who earned the money? Now, it's way too early to get into the Lawrence and Hines-Allen conversation. That's going to take years. But who around here has done it? Is it Devon Hamilton? Would you say that that's worked? Is it Dewey? He was actually undrafted. It's tough to figure out, isn't it? It's tough to find a guy. And I'm not talking about free agents and, you know, re-signing them. I'm talking about guys that you actually drafted. Now, all of a sudden, there's Buster Brown, there's Parker Washington, there's Brenton Strange, there's Trayvon Walker. You know, the list is starting to grow more and more and more. And, you know, those are just a few off the top of my head. We'll see. But, you know, Devin Lloyd is interesting. I think they get it done there. He's going to make a ton of money. You're going to want to pay him all that money. If you lose Anthony Campanile in a year or two, is Devin Lloyd going to be as effective with him? If you bring in a new coordinator, I think it's unfair to say this is our defense, this is the way that you're going to run it. Every defensive coordinator has a different feeling on how things should be run. So that's a little bit of a risk. That's not the deal offensively because Liam Coen's your play caller. I don't think ETN gets re-signed because the position isn't worthy of the amount of money. That's what it is. It's nothing against him. It's a guy's had a serious injury. The guy is a year older. There's only so many bullets that a running back can take. And I know we look at Derrick Henry, what he did yesterday. Okay, there are a few guys out there that are insane. Jonathan Taylor, finally healthy. Hey, Jacksonville did a great job against him in the second half. 9 carries, 19 yards. Anthony Campanile made changes. Again, in playing that third safety, the big nickel. It really worked out with Antonio Johnson. But, you know, these will be fun off-season questions where the league here begins in March. We're usually deep into this stuff. Not now. I haven't even mentioned the draft, and I get it. They don't have a first-round pick. They still have a ton of picks. I think they have 12 picks overall. And, you know, this year's draft class has been hurt. They haven't really had an opportunity to use this year's draft class. You look at guys that they drafted this year are going to be starters next year. Wyatt Milam, Caleb Ransaw, obviously Travis Hunter.
Jalen McLeod.
McLeod's got an opportunity as an off-the-ball linebacker. You saw what they got with their running backs. Tootin could be a starter next year. Allen only got 1 carry yesterday, which surprised me a little bit. DJ Dallas looked like he had a little bit of pop.
Yeah, that one was a little bit of 18-yard run.
Yeah, and a nice kick return.
Yep.
And you give guys an opportunity who have done it before. I mean, we know that when they brought in DJ Dallas, he had 87 career kick returns. So that's the beauty of it. And, there's still some guys right now that are out that, believe it or not, could make a big play in the month of January. Diami Brown, Chuma Edoga, Mason Smith. Okay? Am I reaching here? Perhaps. Could one of those three make a big play in the month of January? But I don't know. We'll see. But those are guys right there that certainly we talked I know I talked a ton. You go back and rewind the tape from August. A show didn't go by where I didn't talk about Diami Brown. Or a show didn't go by where I didn't talk about Chuma Edoga or Mason Smith. And right now, those three have been big-time disappointments. So you just, if we knew, we'd go to Vegas. Put everything on that, right. Boy, if I had just bet Trevor Lawrence, 21.5. If I just bet that, can you think of all the money I would have right now, Dylan? If I just put my mouth where my money is, or put my money where my mouth is. How does that one sound?
Yeah, you wouldn't have to spend $1 on the lottery.
No doubt about it. All right, final thoughts are coming up. Again, we're with you tomorrow night and Wednesday night. And then we are off Thursday. We're back on Friday, okay? So it's a 4-day week. It's an 8-hour work week. But we're here for the grind. Hey, Aaron Andrews isn't the only one who works over the holidays.
Blitz.
How good is that? How good is that?
Bang.
How good is that?
Text Blitz to 641-1010 now. If you've ever sat in a dealership waiting room, you know the coffee's cold, the magazines are old, and your oil change takes forever. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, it's completely different. No appointment, no waiting room. You stay in your car, and the techs get it done in 15 minutes. That's why Valvoline holds a 4.7 national rating, and Forbes named them #1 quick lube in America for customer service. Don't waste your day at a dealership. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, easy, done.
It's the best time of year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which games to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use this directly.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville Trust. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Julington Creek Pest Control has been serving our community since 1984. Our turf management program is an all-out blitz, granular fertilization, weed and insect control, keeping your lawn championship green all year. Quarterly pest control stops bugs before they ever cross your goal line. Family owned, locally operated, expert technicians, top quality products, no gimmicks, just winning results. Julington Creek Pest Control, our family serving yours since 1984.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hacker Nation is here. You've been all over the place. You've been on these airwaves, and that's going to continue right now with Hacker After Dark.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I certainly love doing it, and love even more doing it when the Jaguars are 12-4, 12 wins for the first time in 20 years, and one win away from their third division championship this century.
Who do you – right now it's L.A., but that's not going to happen with DJ Uiagalelei coming in reserve of Trey Lance in Denver. That's not going to happen. It's Buffalo or I don't know, possibly Houston. Who would you rather play in the playoffs?
I would love either one of them because I think they both fit into Liam Coen's narrative. Because whoever it is, Buffalo or Houston, the national media will all pick that team to win. The Jaguars, even though they will be 13-4 at that point and a division champion and a home team, will be the underdog in Vegas. And I think you want to talk about lack of respect, no one wants us here, everything we've heard from Liam Coen, that would be through the roof, that noise, with either Buffalo or Houston coming in here wild card weekend.
All right, they want to blitz the bank Sunday, and we're all a part of that here at the radio station. If it is a good showing and it's loud, any chance that the national media, the mouthpieces say, going into Jacksonville is a tough place to play a football game?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Although there a lot of Charger media, I don't know if you've seen this. You mentioned Herbert and them are sitting.
Right.
There's a thought that Harbaugh is doing that to avoid Jacksonville.
Right.
Because Harbaugh, if you sit him and you lose to Denver, then you're more than likely going to get the 7 seed, which means you're probably going to avoid Jacksonville on Wild Card Weekend.
So go to New England?
Well, because the Chargers have proven very quickly they don't match up very well with Jacksonville.
No.
So that's at least what Charger media is speculating. Are you doing this because the Chargers don't want to see the Jags on Wild Card Weekend?
Harbaugh-Vrabel matchup, May against Herbert. We'll see. This thing's wide open.
Yeah. Well, the Jaguars are a prime example. There are scenarios where they could be the 1, the 2, or the 3.
Right.
Or the 5, 6, or 7. The only one they can't be is the 4 as far as seeding goes. Just all determines how things shake out on Sunday.
Yeah, and of course, Jax has to win, and both Denver and New England would have to lose. If one of those teams loses and Jacksonville wins, then they get a 2. If they all win, Jacksonville will stay on as a number 3. What's coming up?
Yeah, Brian Sexton, Jaguars.com, Jaguars Radio will stop by. Also, the coach, Mark Duffner, will stop by as well. It's going to be all Jags all the time as Everbank Stadium is going to be crazy on Sunday. We're blitzing the bank. I know you gave away some tickets. We're giving away tickets as well. Should be a really fun week here in Jacksonville, Florida.
All right. Was Santa Claus good to Forrest?
He was. Santa Claus was very, very good to Forrest. Forrest had a great time, including a new bicycle, among other things. So Forrest was getting after it this weekend.
All right. Have a lot of fun on your show. That's coming up right now, Hacker After Dark. That's going to do it. I didn't get an opportunity to respond to most of you because we're so busy. That's the way I would expect it when the Jags have won 7 in a row. When the Jags have won 4 straight on the road. When the Jags are 6 days away from claiming the AFC South. And that's the way it's going to be. They're a big-time favorite against Tennessee. Thank you to Dylan Denmark. Again, we're with you tomorrow night and Wednesday night and Friday night. We're off Thursday. 6 to 8 every night on 92.5 FM. And make sure you